Stefanos, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Welcome to Montreal. How do you assess your season so far? Win at Monte Carlo again, quarters in Rome, quarters in Roland Garros. How do you feel about your 2024?
Well, I've had better years than that. Currently, I'm going through, let's say, something that I'm unfamiliar with, which is being outside the top 10.
Yeah.
From the very first moment that I entered the top 10, I've had consecutive seasons staying inside of the top 10. So now this is the first year that I had to deal with that change, which maybe was also it did affect me in being ranked in Grand Slams a little bit lower, and I got to play certain guys a little bit earlier in some of the tournaments. Otherwise, my season is going all right, I would say. I obviously have bigger expectations of myself to finish it in better ways than I started it, and it's all a matter of points. It's all a matter of building the consistency towards the end of the season and just being stable in terms of performance and also physical well-being.
Yeah. I'll translate to French if you don't mind. So, Stefanos nous dit que, bon, saison un peu plus compliquée pour lui. Il y a eu des ajustements à faire. Il s'attend un peu plus de lui-même, il nous dit. Donc, c'est une question de constance. Il y a des petits ajustements à faire d'ici la fin de la saison. Quand même une saison qui est satisfaisante jusqu'à maintenant pour lui. C'est vraiment important là, au niveau de la constance. One-handed backhand. I really want to talk about this. You guys are three, I think, in the top 50 now with Musetti and Grigor, obviously. I think it's a wonderful shot. You're doing extremely well on clay court with this. Also, some people will say the high bounce is tougher for one-handed backhand. How do you see the one-handed backhand moving forward in the next few years?
This is a sensitive, difficult topic. The truth is that I don't see a lot of players playing a single-handed backhand, and I personally, I'm getting concerned. I'm trying to keep it alive. It was the thing that drove me to play tennis the way I do. Was a single-handed backhand was definitely a reason, an added reason why I fell in love with tennis so much. For me, it has benefited me a lot in my career. I've actually gotten better over the years with my single-handed backhand. Yeah. And perhaps the biggest advantage that I have seen of my single-handed backhand is in surfaces like clay. You would doubt that it would probably make my life a little bit more difficult getting to hit higher shots.
Yes.
But in contrary, I'm able to open up the court much easier and much more effectively with a single-handed backhand than using two, for instance. And it has given me a lot of privileges as a tennis player.
Yeah. Traduction, donc la question du fameux revers à une main, de moins en moins de joueurs avec des revers à une main. Il reste Musetti, Dimitrov. Stefanos nous dit que c'est une des raisons qui l'a amené au tennis. C'est une question qui est assez sensible en fait, il me dit pour lui, mais quand même sur une surface avec des rebonds très hauts comme la terre battue, on dirait que ça peut être compliqué de jouer des revers à une main, mais c'est une façon pour lui où il a réussi à ouvrir le terrain encore plus, et donc c'est une surface qui fonctionne bien pour lui au niveau du revers à une main, donc c'est un sujet qui reste. Il dit mais j'ai l'impression qu'il y a de moins en moins de joueurs et on n'est pas certain de la suite pour le revers à une main. Last question, moving from clay in Paris to Montreal, how's the transition from clay to hard courts right now?
It's good. I had a few practice sessions here. I don't see it being such a big problem for me. I was initially expecting that switch because I knew that the Olympics are going to take place on clay, so I knew that the schedule-wise is going to be a tricky part of the season to have to move from grass courts to clay and then back to hard. There's a lot of transitions happening, but I know at the same time that it's something that doesn't happen often. It happens once every 4 years, and in that case, you know, the Olympics were held in Paris, which put Roland Garros as one of the venues to host it, which probably is not going to happen again. I feel like in the next Olympics, in my opinion, it's going to remain much more consistent. Yeah. We expect hard courts for Los Angeles and Brisbane. These are surfaces that would perhaps align better with a hardcore swing in the North American Tour.
Thank you. Donc la question du changement de surface de terre battue à dur, évidemment c'est une transition qui est un peu compliquée, mais qui fait pas trop peur à Stefanos quand même. C'est une année exceptionnelle olympique. Il croit que dans le futur aussi il y aura plus de constance au niveau du tournoi olympique avant de revenir sur la séquence américaine qui est sur dur. Donc c'est un ajustement qui va être moins compliqué pour la plupart des joueurs. Il a déjà frappé quelques balles en entraînement ici, donc pas trop d'enjeu pour Stefanos jusqu'à maintenant. Thanks a lot, Stefanos. Have a nice tournament.
Thank you. Appreciate it.